Hi guys, I'm Andrea and this is Beauty with Andy. Thanks for joining me today. Today is going to be a Shop My Stash video. So I'm doing things a little bit differently. Rather than talking about all the products that I pulled the last fortnight, I'm just going to skip that and maybe do kind of a favourites overall in a separate video. But what I've been doing is I've been doing my makeup in the bathroom now for some time, so I decided to get one of these bags from Primark, and they're really cheap. They're like £5, so I just thought I would tell you about that first and then talk about all the products I've pulled for this fortnight's video. So this fortnight's video is going to be a higher end Shop My Stash. It's mainly all high end products apart from maybe 2 or 3. So first of all is like a setting spray. It's this Mario Badescu facial spray with aloe, herbs and rose water. I really don't have much left, so I didn't want to pull another one until this had gone. As you can see here, it's just down to there, so that'll probably be done by the next time we come to Shop My Stash. I was going to pull my Pixie one because I don't consider that drugstore, even though a lot of people do. It's £16 and I think that's quite pricey for a setting spray. I only got it because it was £8 in Boots, and I just thought I would see what all the hype is on it, but obviously I want to finish this one first. Then the next thing is I don't have a high-end foundation. I used to use that NARS Sheer Glow, which I really liked, but I've not had that for some time just because, you know, they are quite pricey. So I chose the dearest one in my collection, and it's the Maybelline Dream Satin Liquid with SPF 13 in the shade True Ivory. This is a really good foundation. I absolutely adore it. And I can't believe how much I've actually used. It's down to here. So yeah, I've used a lot of it in the short space of time I've had it. I've only had it a few weeks, so yeah, I pulled that. Oh, I should have mentioned prime as well. In fact, moisturisers first. This Nivea Daily Essentials Moisturiser, 24-hour moisture boost and nourish for dry and sensitive skin, is absolutely, it's a lifesaver. It does help with the dry patches, and it also helps like with my under eyes because they're actually pretty dry at the moment, which I can't understand why. I think I need to get some kind of skin exfoliator and things, because I've got dry patches around my nose, and also my eyes feel very dry. But I am suffering with hay fever, so that could be it. But that's what it looks like. You get 50ml of product for £2.99, which I just think's really good. I've got the matching primer as well, and they work really well together. Then I pulled, for primers, I wanted to finish this. I've had this a while, and it's the Bare Minerals Prime Time. You get 15ml in it, but like I said, I have had it a while, and it's a silicone primer. I just want to finish it and get it out of my collection because it's a little mini. But I thought if that was, it could have expired by now, I'm not too sure. I thought if it had, I would have this as a backup. I really like this primer, and it's the Mally Perfect Prep Poreless Primer. So yeah, I've pulled that as well. Powders, I pulled this Laura Mercier is it Secret Brightening Powder in the shade 1, just for my under eyes, and see how that goes. I mean, all the powders that I'm pulling at the moment for my under eye area are just not cutting it. I've heard great things about the Becca one, the under eye powder for that, but it just might be an age thing, you know. I'm 41 now and obviously getting mature skin. If you know of a good under eye setting powder for mature skin, if you want to leave me a comment down below, I would really appreciate it. Somebody told me this one was a good one, the Too Faced Ethereal Setting Powder in Translucent, and it is good. but for the rest of my face, not for my under eye area. I'm still noticing that almost cakey look. So yeah, I do really like this. It makes my skin look flawless no matter what foundation. The only problem I had was I used the L'Oreal Infallible foundation and it didn't look right. It looked really cakey, but that foundation is like a paste anyway. But I'll talk more about that in hits and fails of June. Of June. So yeah, that's a really good one if you have to do a good setting powder. Then I've decided to keep this in. It's a Too Faced Sweet Peach Glow, just because I didn't get any use out of this whatsoever this past fortnight, and obviously it's really good for summertime. I love this peach shade and the highlighter, so I want to use that more. And also I didn't get a lot of use out of this Becca, what's this one called? Blushed with Light, and it has the blushes Wisteria, Songbird and Snapdragon, so that's what that looks like. Really pretty palette. I also pulled this Urban Decay and Kristen Leanne. I don't think I've used this since I bought it. I used it once or twice to do a review on the blog, but other than that I've not used it, and obviously I don't want it to go bad, because you know, I paid good money for it, even though I did get it in the sale. So yeah, there's that. I've pulled these two liquid Moon Dust eyeshadows. This one is in the shade Solstice. This one is the one I use the most. Really like it. And then this one is in the shade Chemtrail. So I pulled them just in case I want to do quite an easy look, like one and done eyeshadow look. I've also pulled this one from Deck of Scarlet, so yeah, and this one is in the shade Sparkler. I don't think I'll use it, but it's there if I need it. I pulled the Glitter Glue because I've used an eyeshadow today, and well, it's an eyeshadow and highlighter, and I didn't realise it, but it had a lot of glitter in it, so there was a lot of fallout all over here. And yeah, I'll be using it with that next time, but I put that away in the makeup collection anyway. Then I've pulled this Dior blush. I've had this quite a while. It's the Rosy Glow Healthy Glow Awakening blush in 001 Petal. That's what that one looks like. It's a really nice, pretty pink blush. Then I pulled this highlighter by Dior as well, which looks like that. It is so pretty, so smooth. Just gonna do two swatches so you can see it, and it's like a pinky highlighter. Is that, I don't know, I think you can just about see it. So I pulled that. Did I tell you the shade? It's in 002, and I pulled another highlighter which is of similar shade, and I like them both. I think I like them both equally. I wouldn't be able to choose. If I had to get rid of one out of the collection, I wouldn't be able to choose which one I wanted to go. So this is the Too Faced Love Light Blinded by the Light. It's so pretty, guys. Let's just compare these against one another. No, that one's more golden. The Too Faced one is more golden, if you can see that there. So I pulled that. So then for bronzers, I've pulled this Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil, and I know it hasn't been that long since I've actually pulled it, but the thing is, I don't have a lot of high-end bronzers, so yeah, that's been pulled. I really do like that bronzer. And then with that, I pulled this Ciarte and Olivia Palermo bronzer blush duo in the shade Bluff Point. Really, really like this. I've not used this in such a long time. I used it today actually, because I actually filmed the Shop My Stash yesterday, and I didn't like how long it went on for. It went on for like 50 minutes because I was talking about the previous Fortnights products as well. So yeah, hopefully it won't be that long. So this is the bronzer, really, really nice, and then that's the blush. They look really, really nice on the skin, so pulled that. I wanted to keep these two Charlotte Tilbury quads in. I probably won't have time to use them, but I've got the Vintage Vamp, and I've shown you these before, so I won't do any swatches or anything like that. That's the Vintage Vamp, and then I've got the Dolce Vita. So yeah, I definitely need to get more use out of them, but when that will be, I don't know. I need to keep this in. It's the Body Shop brow and liner kit, and this is the higher end eyebrow product that I've got. I don't have any really high-end products, so I'm going to keep this in and use it, and it is part of my project pan, so obviously the use that I get over the next 2 weeks will be good for that. Another blush that I've decided to keep in is this mini, and also it's part of the project pan. It's the Too Faced Love Flush Love Hangover Blush. I can show you the progress because I've hardly made any, because I've hardly used it this past fortnight. I decided to keep this Stila Metallic Laurel in. I think I'm going to get some use out of this next fortnight. It's a really pretty cream eyeshadow, and I've had this ages, and I've just not used it. And I'll need the glitter glue for that as well. And just look how pretty that is. It's super nice, and I don't know why I've never used that before. Blusher, I've decided to keep, well, not keep it in. I pulled this Hourglass blusher in Dim Infusion. This is super pretty. I love all the Hourglass blushers. I've only got 2 in my collection. I definitely need to get more when my no buy expires, so yeah, really like that. Another blush I really, really love, and it's probably my favourite blush in my collection, is the NARS Orgasm blush, and I think this was the first high-end blusher that I got. Not this particular one, I used to have a smaller one. This was limited edition, and it comes with like an overlay of that woman there. So yeah, really, really like it. It's a great big blusher. You get so much product. 8 grams, which is quite big for a blusher, so yeah, I need to start using that more. Then I've got this Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette. You get dim light, incandescent light and radiant light, so I want to use that. I've nearly finished a lot of the products. I've nearly finished dim light and radiant light, so I need to see what I can do with that. I was actually going to put this this Max Factor blush back, but it is a dupe for one of the Hourglass blushes, and it does look a lot like the one that I pulled in Dim Infusion, so it just looks like that. Now this is my favourite blusher. Get your words out. So yeah, I want to keep that in. I know it's a drugstore product, but when I do the video of mainly high-end, I'm only really going to be using the foundation, I think, and maybe this concealer. So I've got 2 concealers here, and the reason why I pulled a drugstore concealer as well is because I don't have hardly any high-end ones. So I got this Benefit one, and it comes with a brightening cream and also a concealer, but as you can see, this concealer is just far too dark. What shade is this? Well, Boying's in 02, and yeah, So I would need 01, and obviously they didn't have it at the time, so I had to get this one. But I'm absolutely loving the eye brightener. When I finish this eye brightener, I think I'm going to get the Becca one. With that, I'm going to use this collection Lasting Perfection 16-hour concealer. I really like this. It's a really lightweight concealer. If I had a higher end one, I would use that, but I don't, so I'll just use them two together. I pulled another foundation for those no makeup days, and it's this Laura Geller Balance and Brighten foundation, SPF 15, in the shade Porcelain. It's really good. I tried it last week when it was so hot I couldn't really wear makeup, and I tried it with some concealer in the areas that I needed a little bit more coverage, and it looked really nice. It looked flawless. Highlighters. So we've got this Beaming Blush Highlighter. I forgot to show that when I showed you the other highlighters, and I love this highlighter. Just looks like that. Let's see if we've got, I mean, look at it, it's super golden, and you wouldn't think that would suit me because of my fair skin, but it looks really nice. So looking forward to using that. Then we've got this MAC blusher. I decided to keep this in. It was in the previous Shop My Stash, and I never managed to get use out of it. I don't know if I'm going to like it. It's just, I don't know if it's right for my skin tone. Right, so that's what that one looks like, and this is in the shade Copper Tone. One of the serums I'm gonna continue to use. Skincare is not gonna change just because I don't have any high-end skincare, but I really do like this, and I say this in every Shop My Stash video. It's the Balanced Vitamin C Glow and Radiance, and as you can see, there isn't much product left there at all, and this is one product that I would highly recommend and also repurchase myself when it runs out. You get it from Home Bargains, and it's like $2.99 or something like that. Very inexpensive. Another highlighter here that I want to use more is just this mini from Becca. It's in the shade Opal. I just want to know if I want to keep it or declutter it, because it is on the darker side as well. So it's just that one there, if you can see them. Then we're coming to the end. Let's talk about this Stila Smudge Pot. I got this from TK Maxx quite a while back, but it's still really good to use, and it's in the shade Kitten. So pretty, guys. I don't know where I'm going to swatch this. So that's that one there, and I use that in the inner corner just to give me that inner corner highlight, not highlight, to brighten the inner corner. And then for mascara, I didn't really have, this is the only higher end mascara that I've got, and it's the Benefit Roller Lash, and I've been really enjoying using this anyway, so I thought, why change the habit of a lifetime and bring a different mascara in. And the mascaras that I've got in my collection, which aren't many to be honest, are drugstores, so I just thought I would use this. So I'm going to take you over to my eyeshadow palettes and also my lipsticks, what I've chosen for the next fortnight. So let's go and do that. Right, so this is where I keep all my palettes that I'm using for the upcoming fortnight. This one always stays in there. It's just got my Makeup Geek eyeshadows that I do want to use a little bit more than I have. I've not really used it, so I definitely want to try and use that shortly. Then we've got this one, this Tartelette Tease palette, and I'm trying to pan this palette. Basically I have nearly panned one eyeshadow in there, and it's in the shade Whisper. Ignore my hand there. So it's in the shade Whisper, and yeah, I'm doing really good progress with it. What I'll do is I'll be showing you how the progress is when I do my upcoming Project Pan video at the end of the month. Then we have this one. It's the Bon Appetit palette, and I remember when this first came out, it got so many negative reviews on YouTube, and I just thought, wow, that must be a really bad palette if everyone's saying it's not good at all. But basically, I really like this palette. I remembered getting it. It was on Boohoo, and basically I got it at a fraction of the price. I paid like half price, and I thought, well, I'll try it. I mean, I prefer to try things and get my own opinion rather than listening to what the hype is around something anyway. And to be honest, I got it for these 3 shades here because they're all metallic, like metallic foiled. And when I got it, I just thought, what a strange palette, you know. I thought that you couldn't lift this up, and it obviously says eat your heart out, which I found was really cute. It's like most of the Balms palettes, they're just really cute. And then, you know, I tried these 3 eyeshadows out and I just loved them, especially this shade here. It is so nice. I mean, look how vibrant that is. So that is definitely going to be one of the eyeshadows that I play with when I use this. I don't think I liked any of these eyeshadows, but I'm going to use them again, and obviously test these ones out here, because I can't remember how well they did perform. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to using that, just because I've not used it in such a long time. But yeah, it's really pretty. And then I decided to pull the Urban Decay and Kristen Lian collaboration palette. Now again, like the Balm, this one didn't get good reviews either. I got this in the sale, cost me next to nothing. Can't remember the price, I think about £15 or something like that. And everyone was complaining about the layout of the eyeshadows and about how odd the eyeshadow palette was, which I can see the point, if I'm being completely honest. I can see the point. But surely it's more about how the eyeshadows perform than the layout of the palette. I'm not really bothered about it. I mean, they could have expanded the pans on some of the eyeshadows and made them bigger, so I do get what people are saying, but I very rarely go through an eyeshadow, to be honest. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to using this. I love this lime green shade here, and that blue shade. In fact, I love them all. The only shade that I won't be using is this black, as I don't use black eyeshadows a lot. And then we've got this Too Faced semi-sweet chocolate bar. Now, I pulled this for last fortnight shop my stash, didn't use it, so I wanted to keep it in the collection just for like, well, I'm going to be using it hopefully because the other palettes are smaller. But I thought it'd be good to use like for neutral shades like that, because the other palettes don't have them. But I do want to get some good use out of this, so I thought I'd pull 2 small palettes like for a week, and then I'd use this one for a week and just see how I get on. What else is down there? Right, and then we've got lipsticks. Like normally, like foundations and powders will be on here, but I've just shown you them, so they will be going in the makeup bag and be stored in the bathroom. So we've got this Smashbox in the shade Fig, and then I've got this Makeup Forever lipstick in the shade 13. I barely used that, I think I've used it once. Then I've got 2 minis of the Stila Stay All Day liquid lipstick. This one is in the shade Perla, and then the other one is in the shade Patina. Really pretty everyday neutral shades, and they are comfortable mattes as well. Then I've got this Ciate liquid velvet shade in the shade I've got this Ciate liquid velvet in the shade Sydney. which is really, really pretty. This Stila lip pencil. I don't know what shade this is. I got this from TK Maxx a while ago and it's not on there. I've also got this other Smashbox in the shade Legendary. Really pretty red. And then this other Smashbox one in the shade Inspiration. This Illamasqua one. This one is a Lava Lips one in the shade Vixen. Then I've got Lost Cherry and Tell Laura from the Charlotte Tilbury collection. I put a Jeffree Star one in the shade Anna Nicole. I'm wearing that today. I pulled this one just because I wanted to see if it was dry or if I needed to declutter it, but it seems fine. Then I've got some Too Faced Melted Mattes one here. This one is in the shade Cool Girl. And then this one is in the shade Sell Out. Now I love these just because they are so comfortable. They're definitely my favourite mattes. Definitely my favourite matte liquid lipsticks. I've also pulled the red. I've only got this red from the Too Faced Melted Mattes. I don't know if they do anymore, but this one's in the shade Ladyballs. Then I pulled this MAC Oh Sweetie Pie in Creamy Peach Pie. It's stunning. It looks really, really nice on the lips. It's a gloss. And then another gloss I've pulled, well, I've just left it in the collection really, is this Deck of Scarlet one in the shade Love Spell. So yeah, that's all the eyeshadows there, that's all the lipsticks there. So this is everything in my Shop My Stash. I'm hoping this video is going to be shorter than the one I did yesterday. And yes, I'll be talking about the products that I used last month in the Hits and Fails video. Thank you for watching. It really does mean a lot to me. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button and notifications bell, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.